Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin, which this isn't a podcast. This is our Halloween month 2021 review. This time we're reviewing the 5-issue limited series, which came out in 2010, if I remember correctly. Shadowland. This is part 1 of 5, which is written by, I think his name is Andy Diggle, with art by Billy Tan and John Cassaday did the cover art, which I gotta say, I'll show you the individual issues, right? That's part 2, that's part 3 of 5. The reason I don't have a sleeve for Shadowland 1 is because that was, I bought that, I had to go to, a convenience store to find it. So these are direct editions, where that's a newsstand edition. There's part 5. And one complaint I have, right, is that I have the 5 issues from Daredevil Man Without Fear, and look how much better these covers are compared to, maybe not this one, but this one definitely is. Like the Daredevil covers are much better than the Shadowland covers, man. Overall, I would say. So, like, for people who don't know, this comic book takes place after the Dark Reign, right? Which was when, like, well, Dark Reign was like the kind of like the sequel comic book event after Civil War, though I think the Secret Invasion what took place between that, or was that after? I don't know. But basically, what happened is basically like because of Civil War, like the public didn't trust like superheroes, so the government pretty much pardoned supervillains and made them superheroes, right? And Norman Osborn wasn't the leader of the Avengers as Iron Patriot, right? And you had Bullseye as Hawkeye, Matt Gargan Venom as Spider-Man, Dakin Wolverine's son as Wolverine. You had Ares and some chick named Moonstone as Miss Marvel or some shit like that. And because of that, I'm just saying that because they reference that. Great. They reference that. So what happened after that? Like Daredevil fell on some bad times, and Bullseye killed a lot of people. Like on a one-on-one, what was supposed to be a one-on-one duel. Like Bullseye blew up like a block at like Hell's Kitchen, right? And Daredevil was depressed after that, and somebody told Daredevil, hey, maybe you should take over the Hand and become their leader, which he did, right? But bad shit happened after that. He set up like a castle, right, on top of the block, right? Also, like Bullseye was getting sent to the Raft, which is like the heavy security prison for metahumans, but he escapes and goes out to fight Daredevil. Here, right in this scene, basically, Power Man, Luke Cage, and Danny Rand, Iron Fist are talking with the Avengers, which at this point Bucky was Captain America, right? And talking to Avengers, saying, "Hey, we think like Daredevil's gone crazy, right?" And he said Daredevil's like has this Japanese style castle that he built on top of the block, right? So what happens in this issue, right, is Daredevil fights Bullseye and fights him so one-sidedly, and that, like, and kills him, right, in front of Power Man and Iron Cage. Sorry, Iron Fist, right? Which I know Luke Cage isn't called Iron Man, Power Man anymore, but whatever. Fuck, I want to show you the. It's like literally the last page of the book, right? So he kills Bullseye in this page here, and that sets off the whole events of Shadowland, right? Where even though Daredevil, even how he went about it wasn't justified, Daredevil killing Bullseye was pretty much justified, right? And what happens is that after that, Luke Cage and Iron Fist go, like, round up like a team to talk to Daredevil and basically talk him down, right? So, like, that, there's, like, members of the team. You got Shang-Chi here, Moon Knight, Elektra, Spider-Man, right? And, like, Iron Cage and, like, obviously, fuck, I keep mixing up their names. Luke Cage and Iron Fist are obviously there, right? So they go they basically go to confront Daredevil, but, like, Wilson Fisk uses some magic scroll to summon Ghost Rider, and this makes Ghost Rider fuck shit up in, like, Daredevil's dungeons, right? And because of that, Daredevil thinks he's being betrayed and goes to and fights our heroes here, and he has, like, super strength at this point. So they figure out, okay, that, like, something's going on with Daredevil, right? And he's actually, turns out, the stress and all that bullshit wasn't what turned Daredevil emo, right, and dark and shit. He's possessed by a demon called the Beast, which the Hand worship, and the Hand basically tricked Daredevil into becoming their leader, so they can possess him with the Beast, right? And our heroes join together. Also, Punisher is there, and, like, he helps as well, right? And there's some good lines in the book, right? My major problem with this series is our heroes come off a bit hypocritical, especially if you read the tie-ins, where they have no problems killing Ninja in this book, but then they have a problem with, like, Daredevil killing Bullseye. So I thought that was a bit hypocritical. But, like, when they encountered him in the castle, it became pretty obvious that Daredevil wasn't himself, that he was obviously possessed, right? Oh, this is the wrong cover, but oh, whatever. Let's just use this cover, right? Also, I forgot to mention, like, Daredevil has henchmen with him, like Female White Tiger, Black Tarantula, and Typhoid Mary, who has pyrokinetic powers, right? Who basically one-shot Spider-Man, right? So, I don't know. Overall, I thought, back in the day, I did think this series sucked, but now that I go back and check on it, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, as I remembered it was. I think it was people just saw the new costume and were like, oh man, like, if any hero should go evil or become an anti-hero, right, it should be Daredevil, because he's gone through a lot of shit, obviously, if you know Daredevil's backstory, right? And people were disappointed that Marvel just pulled, like, basically a bait and switch where they made you think he was becoming a supervillain when really, he was possessed, right? Which, it would have been cool if Daredevil became, like, this anti-hero kind of character. Because, like, look at his costume, man. His costume, like, Daredevil's, like, Shadowland costume is probably the best costume ever, right? Which, if he's playable in, like, in Ultimate Alliance 3, I hope the Christ they have the Shadowland costume. If they even have, like, you know, unlockable costumes in that game. I haven't played that game. But yeah, man, like like Daredevil's Shadowland costume is so fucking awesome. And he has, like, the blades that he puts on, like, he has blades on his forearms, and it's fucking badass. Oh my god. Alright. So, like, yeah, overall, dude, if I were to give my opinion on this, I would say it's probably, at best, it's a 5 out of 10. And I gotta say, John Cassaday, I think he's okay artist, but it's like, you should never have an artist, a cover artist, that art look is shittier than the interior book. I don't know a lot of comics that do that, where their cover art is shittier than the interior art. Usually it's the other way around. But like, yeah, that's why I got, like, you know, these here to point out, hey, the Daredevil main series Shadowland covers were a lot better than these covers, man, by John Cassaday. Yeah, so that's all I have to say for this review. My next review is for Halloween month. Oh, and I'm sorry I didn't talk about any movies. Oh, for people who are wondering, that's Black Lantern Hal Jordan, right? Yeah, so this is our next review. Black Science issue 1, which I hear is becoming a movie or something. I don't know, I could be wrong on that. This is written by Rick Remender. And this is basically like a horror sci-fi series about like anarchist scientists that are lost in space or some shit. I don't fucking know. I read this back in the day. I did not like it enough to get the second issue, obviously. Yeah, but like, yeah, we're gonna review that next. Yeah, so that's it for this review, guys. Peace.